Oh, it is 7:29. Spring forward. Yay. The birds are chirping. I can see the sun rising outside my window. Oh, it's magical. So magical. I'm going to pay for this shit later. Look at my hair. Look at this. I should be asleep. And now I'm like, I don't think I should sleep because I told my mama I'd go to church with her, and now it's 7:29. I gotta get up, take a shower, and do my hair. I gotta get the kids up and dressed and do their hair. Yeah, I can't go back to sleep. It's pointless at this point. It's pointless at this point. You know, I love God. I love God because God be knowing what you need. God be knowing what you need. God knew I needed trees and to hear the birds and the animals outside. And when I moved, I didn't know. I was just like, I just got to get the F up out my house. I got to move. I got to get away. I got to get away. And I just let my realtor just pick out some shit. And he was like, how about this one? I was like, fine, whatever. But now that I've been here and like I've been around the trees and just immersed somewhat in nature, because I'm one of those people, like, I love nature, but I don't love too much nature. Like, I don't want to be like in the middle of nowhere. Okay. Well, at least not by myself. So, not by myself, but like my kids. Like, I ain't ready for all that. I ain't Paul Bunyan. I ain't got no big blue ox and an axe. I'm not like I know I'm not gonna be like in the wilderness, unless, yeah, unless some lumberjack like man wants to build a cabin for me. And yeah, anyway, um, I'm not gonna be out in the wilderness. I'm just not. It's just not my thing. I like a mix of both. I don't mind being in the country every once in a while, every now and then, every once in a while. But like to be like in the country like for a long period of time, it's just not me. Being in the sticks, you know. My dad grew up in the sticks, like where there's no street lights. Like when you go outside at night, you can't see in front of you. I don't like that. I don't like that. Like if I ever moved out to the country, I would have to have like a compound. Like it'd have to be like fenced, and I have like lights outside so I can see. Because I'm not doing that like completely in the dark type ish. I'm not doing that. Let me show my dress before people are like, oh my God, Monet was videoing herself butt naked. No, I did not. People will say anything. People will just make up shit. People just will just make up stuff about you. Just based off of assumptions that they've made about you. Or like they'll hear something about you and then just add on to it with their own imagination. It's just crazy. you know, we're all human, right? We're all human, so we're all gonna do that to a certain extent because it's just in our nature. But you can't allow your imagination and how you think someone may be run away with you to the point where you actually believe that the thoughts that you have about a person are the gospel. You know, I mean, like, intuition is a thing, yes. So, like, you can get a bad feeling about somebody. You should trust those feelings. Like, if you get a bad feeling about somebody, like, yeah, I don't think I should be around that person because they give me um, the heebie-jeebies. They make me feel like, you know, they might tie me up and throw me in a basement somewhere. Like, if you get those type of feelings, definitely trust those feelings, right? But, like, if you meet a person and you can't quite read them, you don't quite understand them, like you ain't never met nobody like them before. Like, don't just assume all types of crazy stuff about them. Like, if you're not getting the intuition heebie-jeebies where it's like, oh, this person ain't right. Like, if you're not getting those, then don't assume anything. Don't assume anything. Because you're just, first off, I will say this, and it's so cliche, but it's the truth. Everyone you meet in your life is for a reason. Now, there are tiny reasons, there's medium reasons, there's medium reasons. I guess medium should go before medium. Okay, so there's small reasons, medium reasons, large reasons, and then like earth-shattering reasons why you meet people. And sometimes, you know, the little small meetings, you know, like you run into somebody at the gas station and they hold the door for you and they're like, have a good day. And you were having a shitty day, and them saying have a good day made your day a little better, just a little bit. That's a small reason why you might have met somebody. A medium reason, let me think, you know, might be a coworker that you really don't talk to that much, but they're having a bad day, and you overhear them talking about their bad day, and you give them some tad bit of advice that makes them feel better, and then they start, you know, maybe having a different perspective on their situation, right? Then there's like medium reasons, and that could be like, you know, a friend that you had in elementary school that you never forgot because they were cool and the best thing best thing since Push Pops, and you were just like, oh, that person was so cool. And you know, you look back on your childhood and you remember that cool person that you met in elementary school, and you can't remember their name, but like they just make you feel all warm and fuzzy inside because you remember the good times of your childhood. That's like a medium reason. Then a large reason is like, like somebody you dated and didn't work out, but you know, you that relationship shaped you in many ways. Nothing major, but just like, you know, you might not ever want to date somebody who eats peanut butter out the jar ever again. I don't know, because, you know, it triggers you in some kind of way. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just making this shit up off the top of my head. But earth shattering, when you have those earth shattering moments when you meet someone, they just come into your life and you're like, what the like, it's like you, and this could be bad or it could be good, but they come into your life and you're like never the same again. Like, you can't be the same again because they've either completely just utterly destroyed you, or they've just they've built you up in some kind of way that you've never been built up before, and or they just show you a whole new world that you didn't know existed because you just didn't know before you met them that people were that way or could be that way. And that could be good and it can be bad. Like those people are the life lesson people. There's certain people you'll meet in your life that'll teach you a lesson. And it could be a good lesson, it could be a bad lesson. But what the hell was that, my stomach? I'm about to go off. It could be a earth, it could be anything. I don't know. But you know, everybody's met people like this in their life where you just like it's almost like you know, like God threw them in the mix of what you got going on because you had to learn something from them. Now, at various stages in your life, whether you knew this or not, you've been a small, medium, large, or earth-shattering lesson in somebody's life, or like just moment, or encounter in someone's life. We've all done it, and we might not know this, but we have. Now, the sad part about it is sometimes you're a bad lesson in somebody's life. And what do I mean by that? Like, you're not a good person. And so when you come into somebody's life and you shake things up, you shake things up in a bad way. Like, story time. One of the first guys I ever really liked in life, right? I was like enamored. Like, I was just like, he is so great. He is so great. And I felt and thought that he felt the same way about me, right? And I know now that he did, because we talked as adults, and he told me that he felt just the same way I did. But though you guys may not know this, I've always been like a kind of a prudish good girl. I hate to say that, but I am what I am. So I wasn't moving fast enough for him in certain arenas. And so he had to basically live a double life. He had his, the chick he was messing with physically, and then he had me, who he was messing with emotionally and mentally. Well, one day in high school, the two worlds collided. He was picking her up from, and now mind you, he did not go to my high school. He went to another high school. So I am walking the halls of my school and I see him. And I'm like, oh my God, what are you doing here? What are you doing here? And this dude looks at me, doesn't say hi, bye, nothing, just gives me the finger, just flips me the bird and walks off. So I literally, like any typical teenage girl, just put my face in my hands and ran down the hallway crying. And I found my girlfriends and I told them what happened, and they're like, he did what? What did he do? What did he do to you? And, I get home and like he's blowing my house phone up. And I told my parents what happened. I'm quite sure my dad cussed his ass out. And I wasn't ready to talk. And I think it took a few days before I actually talked to him. And he apologized and he was like, well, I was picking up so-and-so and she was coming down the hall and I got scared and I didn't want you guys to see each other. So I did what I did to you so you would just get out of the way. When I tell you, I had never been so heartbroken in my life. And this was like, never, I mean, no physical contact with this dude whatsoever. Like, none. Because I didn't have my first kiss until I was 19 years old and I was in college. Yeah. And so I was just broke. My heart broke. Like, I got a candle, and my mom didn't even buy candles. I don't even know where the freak I got this damn candle from at my mama's house. I got a candle and my jukebox, my my boom box, and went outside and sat outside for hours, just listening to Lauryn Hill and crying, just crying, boo-hoo crying. And then like a few weeks after that, my parents took us to Disney World, and I walked around Disney World feeling like doo-doo. Didn't even do my hair. I wore a bucket hat the whole time at Disney World. Covered up some little stink ass braids I had put in my head. I forgot I did that. That's how heartbroken. I was heartbroken, y'all. I was heartbroken. And and I mean, that wasn't my first heartbreak. Lord, don't get me started on the first one. But like there was a little guard that was put on my heart after those first two heartbreaks. Then I get to college and dated a guy for 3 years, and that fell apart. And I was sick after that. Like every time I had those heartbreaks, it guarded my heart in a way that, like, I can't care the same way I used to. Like, I care, but there's a part of me that's like, don't get too close. Don't get too close. Because they're not going to love the way you love. And that's messed up. It's messed up that I feel that way. But like when you time and time again are shown the ugly side of love, when you've never given someone the ugly side of love. And I mean, y'all can believe what you want to believe right now, listening to me talk. But I'm telling you right now, I've never given a man that I love the ugly side of love. There have been times where I have mirrored like his shitty ass attitude towards me because, I'm not going to give you sugar and you give me shit, right? But like at the core of it, I cared about them, I loved them, and I gave them love to the best of my abilities, always. And where the fuck am I going with this? I don't know. I just think that we all are wounded in a sense. We're all wounded. And those who love hard get wounded and hurt the most. Because people who love hard would never even think about hurting someone the way they've been hurt by others. And so it's just earth-shattering when you encounter people who discard your feelings in that way. And it's crazy. You know what's crazy about it all? Like, I hate to say it, but like every relationship I've had has ended in some just about horribly tragic way, you know? And y'all can sit on the other end of this video and be like, the hell is wrong with her that keeps happening? Sometimes it ain't always the person. Good people attract dark. The dark attracts the light. The light attracts the dark. That's what I meant to say. You know? And sometimes when people see you happy and shining and just enjoying life, and they're in a miserable place in theirs, they're like, I want to feel the way they feel. I want some of that. And so then they walk into that happy go lucky person's life with all of their negativity and all of their pessimistic, sarcastic. Well, I'm sarcastic, so I ain't gonna be too hard on those type of folks. But they come in with their angst, and for a little bit they're able to like mask who they are, but eventually it always comes out. It always comes out. And I've had so many earth-shattering relationship type things happen to me. I'm getting to the point now where I just question whether or not it's meant for me. Is it meant for me? Am I meant to have what I've tried to give others? Is it meant for me to feel and get the type of love that I feel I've given to other people? I don't know. But I'll tell you this much. I'm fully engulfed in protection mode. I'm just where I am. And I try to give people advice on these things, and I tell them, like, don't harden your heart. Don't create a moat around your heart. Make a little fence, a little chain link fence, something that ain't too big for somebody they can't climb over it, And I try to take my own advice at times. I try to let my own words resonate in my spirit. But I'm tired. I'm tired of this. I'm tired. I am so freaking tired of loving and caring about people who can't love and care about me in the same way. Either they're emotionally unavailable, mentally unavailable, spiritually unavailable, or physically unavailable. Because there's some people who just physically can't be there for you because they got their own things that they're taking care of. And that, I can't be mad at people for that. I can't, but it ain't easy. It ain't easy being green. And I mean that. I don't even know why I just said that. God, why am I about to cry? It ain't easy being green. And by green, I mean it's not easy. Because people see green as being like gullible and just gullible. We'll just go with gullible. And being gullible is a beautiful thing because you know what gullible people do? They just see you as a human. They just see you as a person. They don't look at you and judge you or what you have or what you don't have or who you are or who you ain't. They just look at you at the purest form of you, and that's what they like. And green is also healing. Green is growth. Green is wanting to see other people grow with you. green is green is natural. Green is the core, the heart and the core of what we are supposed to be here doing. Just existing. You go outside, you see green everywhere, well, depending on where you live. But I mean, green is always around us. It ain't easy being green. It's not easy being green, especially when you live in a world who don't give a damn about green, who don't give a damn about preserving what's natural. And what's natural, what's natural is love and caring for your fellow man and for the environment around you. And I unfortunately have done both to no avail and to the own detriment of myself. And so I'm getting to the point now. Well, I mean, I've always been, no, I have not. I mean, for a while now, I've been in like self-preservation stage. But I'm getting to the point now where I'm just like, just leave me alone. Just leave me alone. I will live off of my romantic fantasies like some princess up in a tower somewhere, dreaming about what may happen one day. But I'm tired of all this bullshit with, I'm just tired of expecting things out of people who are just selfish. Everybody's just selfish. We live in a selfish ass world, y'all. And the worst part about it is like, they always come back. They always come back and then tell me, oh my gosh, you were so nice to me. You made me feel in ways that I never felt before. And da 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 da. And it's like, thank you, but why did it take for you to break my heart in order for you to realize that? Why did it take for you to test my gangster for you to realize that? Why did it take for you to abandon me and go out and try to find something else to realize that I was it? I don't know, y'all. I don't know. But life is too short. Life is too short to sit around waiting for anything. You gotta just go for what you want. And when you go for what you want, if it don't work out, move on to the next. Move on to the next thing. Don't stay stuck. Don't stay stuck in that energy. You gotta let it go. You gotta, cut them cords, remove that dead weight that's blocking you from the next thing, and move on. And focus on yourself. Focus on bettering yourself. Focus on just loving and caring about yourself. And maybe someday maybe someday, some way, the love that is meant for you will come to you. It'll find you. You know? It might not come to you in your 20s, your 30s, your 40s, your 50s, or your 60s. I mean, you might find love in the nursing home. I don't know. But let me go take a shower and get ready for church. There's always stuff in my hair. Oh, fudge. I don't even know why I'm worried about it. I'm about to wash it. It don't matter. Okay, well, have a happy Sunday. Okay? Treat people the way you want to be treated, you know. Love on the ones you love on. Love them. Just love them. Love on them. Love the ones that you love. Love on them. It's not rocket science. It's not. I need a tan. Good God. All right, well.